And there's some things that it just hooked me. And I just knew something big was going to happen because it started out like this, whoa. And anytime you see whoa, it's kind of like, it's like using your middle name in the Bible. Like God used your middle name. Okay, so whoa, to the shepherds. So who are destroying and scattering the sheep of my pasture, declares the Lord. So those are the leaders of his people. Woe to you. Therefore, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says to the shepherds who tend my people. It says, because you scattered my flock and driven them away and have not bestowed care on them, I will bestow punishment on you for the evil you've done. Whoa. Right? Declares the Lord. And I myself, I love this is the part that hooked me. I myself will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries where I've driven them and will bring them back to their pasture, where they will be fruitful and increase in number. I will place shepherds over them who will tend them, and they will no longer be afraid or terrified, nor will any be missing, declares the Lord. And I don't know about you, but in my house growing up, when Dad said, he said, I'm going to do it myself, after you screwed it up, you didn't want to get to that point, right? I'll do it myself. And it was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I screwed that up. And that's the way it went. And God is not exactly happy. And so verse 5 says, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will raise up to David a righteous branch, a king who will reign wisely and do what is just and right in the land. Can you see how out of control everything got? I mean, are you following me through this whole thing, through the whole Old Testament here? I mean, it just got crazy. And the people weren't what God created them to be. They weren't doing the things that God created them to do. And they were falling away. In fact, it would be hard to even know that they were any different from any other country or any other nation, because they were doing exactly the same things. And God put it on the leaders. He said, I put you guys in charge of all this, and you just screwed it up. And you guys have continually screwed it up, and I just want to bless you. I just want you guys to be awesome. I just want to bless this world through you. But you keep turning from me. And then God, he just pulls out all the stops. And I love it. He's like, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do this thing on my own. And I love it. And if you're the Christmas story, is God doing it on his own. And he says in John chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning, right? So the Word was in the beginning, and through the Word, through him, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. He's in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but they rejected him. They didn't receive him. Yet, here's the great promise, verse 12. Yet to all who receive him, to those who believe in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. In verse 14, the Word became flesh, and he made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. God himself, the creator of the entire universe, right? Remember we talked about that, how big this world, not even this world, but the galaxies and the stars. That God, the God that we have been rejecting, the God that dealt with our anger and has taken our rejection, came here to be our shepherd. I mean, I can't add anything to that story. It's an amazing, amazing revelation of the love of God to come off of his throne. And in that verse, Philippians 2, it's the story of Christmas. And it's got to move you. I can't move you. That story itself is moving. That even through all the rejection, through all of our screw-ups, through all of our constant denials of God, that he would still love us enough to join us here, to come down with us, to take the very nature of a servant and to become like a human. If you're here this morning, we're going to play a video in a little bit. And you were all given a card with a little bow. And on that card, you're just going to write a gift. And it's something that you're going to give to God. I don't want you to write your name on it. I just want you to write something that's in you that you need to give up, something that you need to leave behind. Whether, like the shepherds who said, everything I was doing, I just put it behind me. I just went to Jesus. And so whether it's a worry, even if it's a worry, write down something you want to give up. You just want to get it off of you, because God is here for us, and He wants to take those things from us so that we can be strong and we can move beyond them. He just wants to take them on Himself. And so as the video plays and as the band plays, just write something on there. What does the Christmas story make you want to do? What is that understanding of what happened make you want to do? What does it push you towards? Just write it. And when the band plays, you can think about it as the video plays. And then when the band's playing, we have a box up here. And I just want you to drop it in the box. Your name's not on it, so it's just between you and God. But it's just a way to kind of flesh it out and put it in there and make a commitment this morning. Watch this.